The Crew 2 Acura NSX Customization. Yes, welcome back to the channel, fellas. Welcome back to the channel, fellas. And today what we're going to do is a quick customization of the Acura NSX itself, followed by a little bit of driving in the open world to have a little bit of a discussion about the car. Sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a few moments. Right then, so as you guys saw, that was the customization of the Acura NSX. Now what I'm going to do is just take the car out onto the streets in the open world and do some nighttime cruising. I've said in previous videos, more than one in fact, that this game visually is absolutely beautiful. It's fantastic, and none more so is that apparent when driving around at night. If you played the last Crew game, you'll know that obviously graphically it didn't look great when it first came out. It had a graphical overhaul and got better, but nothing can compare the first game to what we can see here. So much vibrancy, so much depth of colour, darker areas which are beautifully lit up with street lighting in a way that looks balanced with perfect contrasting. Now in terms of customization, the Acura NSX obviously doesn't really have that many parts that can be put onto it, as you saw from the actual footage itself. But given the fact that this is a new level prestige sports car, I don't think we're in a bad position. I think there was enough variation, especially in hoods and front bumper assemblies, as well as the rear and front fender customizations, given the ability to convert it into a wide body based vehicle. What I want to do though is talk more about this car in terms of its production. Obviously it's continuing on from the heritage of the original NSX, and I think sometimes as car enthusiasts we get excited about cars, we get excited about their performance stats and whatnot, but maybe we don't really appreciate the amount of time and effort that went into building these beautiful machines. So let's talk about that now. PMC is the purpose-built facility in Ohio where the Acura NSX is produced. Building an entirely new kind of supercar requires entirely new ways of thinking. At the Performance Manufacturing Center, the same level of innovation that went into the NSX itself went into its production. Top specialists in each area of production were asked to imagine their dream process and workstation, then make it real. Thus, new tools, systems, materials and practices, 2 of which were patented with an additional 9 pending, were brought to life. life, ensuring a perfect union of technology and craftsmanship. The process of assembling each NSX is unique, a seamless calibration of technology and human touch. From MIG wielding the bespoke multi-material space frame unit to final fit and finish, this is a wholly new approach to automobile production, unequaled innovation guided by masters of the craft. Engineers and technicians guide each car along its journey to completion, a process of 22 stations for a total of 14 hands-on hours. It begins with assembly of the multi-material space frame joined by robotic MIG wielding, an automobile industry first. Next comes robotic tooling of the inner and outer hood door and hatch panels. These components are then hand carted to the paint shop. So to begin, 10 dip tanks clean and rinse all surfaces. Next comes the electrode deposition coating that's then cured at 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Finally, 11 coats of primer and paint and clear coat are applied, one painstaking coat and cure at a time. Body panels are painted robotically, while the front grille is hand-sprayed piano black. Once fully cured, the painted panels are handled with soft leather gloves during assembly, and visual inspections, laser inspections ensure perfection. Now, precision obviously comes from human touch and high technology, so while paint cures and undergoes inspection, assembly continues on the rest of the car. Power unit components, chassis parts, seats, interior finishes and controls. Throughout NSX assembly, screws are hand started, then tightened with digitally connected wrenches to ensure exact torque. The painted exterior panels are attached last to protect the finish. A team of 8 elite associates build NSX engines at the Acura engine plant in Anna, Ohio, where 4,000 square feet is their exclusive domain. Each NSX engine is hand-built by one master builder at their own station, where every fastener is started by hand and every torque measurement is recorded on all 547 bolts on the car. When complete, the engine is broken in on a dyno motor, revving the engine to various speeds and loads for the equivalent of 150 miles of driving, so every engine is ready to go full throttle on delivery. Now, that incredible piece of information, I would love to sit here and pretend to you that I put that all together myself, but I didn't. That came courtesy of the official Acura NSX website, and honestly, it just puts together such a fantastic insight, such a great piece of understanding as to how things are put together and all the technology, and the fact that they actually sat there and said to the designers, tell us what your ideal workstation is for building this project. And Honda or Acura just said, perfect, if that's what you want, we're going to build you the perfect environment to build the perfect car. And honestly, it's incredible. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there who are impressed by that, but you still want to know more about the specs and what's going on under the hood. So here we go, the power unit. It's the first of its kind. The NSX is the first supercar powered by a bespoke sports hybrid super handling all-wheel drive 573 horsepower unit that's an absolute game changer. NSX engine power and direct electric torque combine for a new kind of dynamic performance, not just in acceleration but in steering and braking too. This is interwoven dynamics in the purest sense, exhilarating performance powered by precision. It growls when you're gone. Speed, power and amazing ingenuity live inside this clever beast, a mid-mounted twin turbocharged 75 degree 3.5 litre DOHC V6 engine with dry sump lubrication. It's the product of countless days and nights of relentless engineering perfected on the track. Working in concert, the engine and electric motors produce a combined peak of 573 horsepower and 476 foot-pounds of torque, which translates into a G-crushing 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds and a heart-pounding track-top speed of 191 miles per hour. So in terms of track performance, how does that translate? Well, you've been watching me take part in this race while narrating and giving my feedback on the actual car itself, and what I can tell you is the car feels grippy, it feels responsive. Do you know what? It kind of reminds me of the Audi R8 even, excuse my tongue getting tied up there. It kind of reminds me of the Audi R8 in a sense that the all-wheel drive system gives you this perfect balance when going into corners, but at the same time there is a little bit of understeer there, or what I sometimes refer to as imaginary understeer if you're more used to having cars where the tail likes to slide out from left to right. Rear-wheel drive cars obviously. I was actually driving with all assists off, so this was after I discovered discovered the actual tuning menu, which enables you to disable all assists and pretty much go into full hardcore mode. So traction control off, steer assist off, ABS off. And on the subject of ABS, what I can say, in fact, probably the best feature about this car is its stopping power. The ability to dramatically kill its speed when going into tight corners is really, really impressive. And definitely something I'm looking forward to playing about more with when I get my hands on the full version of the game. But to be honest guys, that just about wraps things up for this video. So this was a video just going through the actual customization of the Acura NSX and obviously talking a little bit more in terms of the actual road to development for this car and the story about the hard work that went into it. Anyway guys, if it's your first time around here, I wish you a born welcome. Be sure to hit the like button. You should be seeing a whole load of videos that I've done on the Crew 2 already, talking about the physics, talking about how drifting works, maybe even how the tuning works as well. Feel free to watch them if you haven't done so far, and I will see you when the next video comes out. Take it easy.